Matt, thanks for sitting down with us again. You know, it's been a couple of weeks since we last spoke to you. How have the lads who you've brought in during that time settled into the group?
Really well. They've adapted extremely well to our training methods. The group that we've got, as you say, is pretty much formulated of quite a few new players. But what I will say, the players that were here from last season have been really welcoming. Everybody now is in a routine of understanding how we want to work. Obviously, we're spending a lot of time at the training ground. We're spending a lot of time talking and having conversations, and there's been a lot of coaching. But everyone is integrated into the squad exceptionally well.
And in that mix of players that you've brought in, it really is a mix, isn't it? You've got some youngsters coming, you know, like Kieran and Carl, but then you've brought in some experienced boys like Ash and Stephen. It's good to have that blend, isn't it?
Of course it is. I think the best teams that I've played in most definitely have a good balance of younger players. Then you have the players sort of mid-20s that you would say coming to their peak, and then the more experienced players. And I think that it was imperative that we added a good mix of people, but also making sure that everybody had a common goal, and our common goal is to collectively get better as a team and as a football club. So really happy that we've managed to add experience along with youth. Everybody is on the same page in terms of ambition. We're all working extremely hard, and some good people in the building as well.
And you mentioned that, I think when you first came in, it's having the right person come in, and not necessarily, you know, you've got to have that character, haven't you, as well? Yeah,
there's a lot of phone calls. There's a lot of background, if you like, background checks that go into each and every signing that we've made. What is important for me is character of the person and their core values, and their core values have to match ours as a football club and ours as a group of staff. And the conversations that you have, and obviously when you meet players and you form relationships with them, you start to build bonds, and what you start to do is earn their trust, and likewise they earn yours. So it's obviously a process that we understand is going to take time, but I think what we've done is in the recruitment process alongside Jamie is we've been really stringent in how we've gone about it, and so far we're all exceptionally pleased with obviously the footballers that we've managed to get into this football club.
You mentioned it's been a hard session, a hard couple of weeks for the players out on the training pitch. What's it been like for you?
It's been brilliant. I've loved every minute of it. I think that it's great to be back in talking about football on a daily basis. It's exciting. We're seeing players listening, we're seeing players learning, and when you watch training back after a session and you maybe see one of the players has done something that fits in with obviously how we're trying to play next season, it's really gives you a bit of a buzz. And obviously this is just the start of our beginning at this football club. So as I say, the players are trying to take everything on board, and do you know what the brilliant thing is that they're asking questions on a daily basis. Even when we're sat doing analysis sessions at the training ground, they're really asking and engaging, and that's important, because it's easy for, I think, sometimes as a coach to continually talk at people and talk at players, but you've got to listen to them, and they're asking questions, which is great.
In your previous job, you would have influenced, you know, a younger group of players. Is it more satisfying for you knowing that even players, you know, who are experienced in the game, that you're now impacting them as well?
Not really. I think that what you want to do is you want to see people learn, you want to help people to get better, and as a coach, that's part of your job. I think part of your job is also for us is teaching the players here the way that we want to play this season. Now, that's the core fundamentals of in possession and out of possession. And is it new for them? Yeah, 100%. Now, is it going to take time? We understand it will do. But what we've got is the opportunity to spend, as you say, a lot of time with the players on the pitch. We've worked them hard, but not one of them's moaned, which I'm quite surprised at. So it shows you really that we're all on the same page in terms of they understand and respect why they have to work hard, but it's enjoyable. And as you say, we spent a lot of time here, and we're really fortunate, and I said it before, that we've got these pitches, we've got the building, because it makes a massive difference. Obviously this season you can't really go away, you don't have that time to maybe bond like you would do normally in a hotel, or if you're away at a training camp. So what we've tried to do is bring that here a little bit, and spend a lot of time here. The players haven't had many days off. I know that they're slightly annoyed about that, but if we're going to be successful this season, it's going to take sacrifice from all of us.
And another part of the process now is going into a game against Crystal Palace this weekend. What are you looking to get from that fixture?
First and foremost, it's an exercise where both teams are trying to get ready for their respective seasons in their respective leagues. Crystal Palace, we know, will be an extremely good footballing team. I think what it will give us the opportunity to see how our players have adapted to out of possession, because you would imagine that Crystal Palace, playing the way they play and being a Premier League team, will have probably more of the ball than we will. But also, when we get the ball, how brave we are, how much we use it, if we can maybe start looking at some of our patterns that we've worked on the training ground. But I think it will be fantastic just to have fans back more than anything. Yes, obviously we want to see the boys play well. It's imperative that we come through it in the best way we can in terms of physically. We want to push the boys. We make sure that we're ready for the test that's coming. But it's an unbelievable opportunity for our players to pit themselves against Premier League footballers, and we're really fortunate this season. We've got another Premier League team coming next week as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. It'd be great to have fans back in the stadium, and for the fans, this will be the first time they get to see a lot of the players in a Walsall shirt. So there's a bit of pressure on the players as well.